The worst heartbreak I've ever experienced was when my Venus was squaring his Pluto. It was very magnetic experience, but it left me with those kind of strange emotions that I cannot even explain, even years after. So this aspect is very intense, and Venus person is very drawn to the Pluto person. I have never felt so seen in my life, but also so overwhelmed at the same time. He seemed to be so interested in me that it was kind of addictive to be seen in this kind of way. And as time goes on, he wanted more and more of my attention, and I felt like no matter how much I give, it's never enough for him. So I felt this kind of imbalance that he wanted to know everything about me, but he didn't kind of want to talk a lot about himself. So I really felt this kind of imbalance, and I felt like the Pluto had the upper hand in this relationship. So I think this is the case with this aspect, that Pluto has the upper hand in the relationship, and Venus person is more like giving, sharing, and Pluto person is like holding back almost. And I think it is because Pluto is our darkness, is the things that we don't want to share with anybody because we don't want to get abandoned. And the Venus person kind of poke in this place unconsciously, of course, because she probably is even not aware that she's doing that. So Pluto kind of wants to protect himself from being seen in that kind of way. And it seems like Venus see through the Pluto person, like through the mask, through the defenses. And it is scary for the Pluto person. And it seems like Pluto feels threatened by this relationship. So he wants to know more and more about the Venus person, because if you know everything about the person, it's easier for you to control them. So Venus feels very seen in this relationship. But the motive behind this is usually control. And Pluto person may not even be aware of this dynamic as well. He may play this kind of program unconsciously as well. And for me, I usually don't share that much of myself in any relationship, and it was very strange for me when I had this Pluto relationship, because I felt like I just want to share with that person. It almost felt like something was pulling me to be open with this person. And I think this was my mistake, because when you are sharing so much of yourself, you become so vulnerable and so easy to hurt. And that is exactly what happened with me. And I think that was my lesson from this relationship, because Venus usually meets the Pluto person when she needs to transform something in the relationship, because Venus is the planet of relationships. So for me, I've changed completely how I see relationships, how I show up in relationships. I've understand how important are boundaries in relationships, that if someone wants to be so close with you so quickly, it's not normal, and you need to be wary of that. But of course, there was this kind of part of me that wanted to be loved, wanted to be seen, and that's why I kind of fall for this trap. And the other part of this aspect is huge sexual attraction as well. And it was from both sides. We were both very sexually attracted to each other. We had a lot of conversation about this kind of things. There was a lot of exploring those kind of subjects. And at the end, he wanted to explore different connections, but he kind of couldn't let me go as well. So I think that he didn't want to be in this connection anymore, but something was pulling him to me. And at the end, I think I get a little bit addicted to him, so I had to cut him off. I cut the contact. And sometimes those relationships, Venus-Pluto, can end up like that. Unless two people are very conscious and aware of their own behavior and the triggers, and they can work together, be honest with each other. But to be honest with someone, you first need to be honest with yourself, and it can be hard. So yes, definitely this relationship can work, but only if we have a lot of self-awareness and willingness to work with this. Because they are not light relationships, they are very intense relationships. They are here to transform us in some way, to make us look at our own wounds and heal them. And it's not easy, and it's not light, and it's not fun. It's very hard, painful job. So if you are in this kind of relationship, or you was in this kind of relationship, and you are still kind of feel this magnetic pull to this person, you can check my website. I do personal readings, I do Synastry readings, I do soul mission readings, so you can check it out. I would be really happy to work with you because I know how it is. I've gone through this whole thing and I'm on the other side, so I'm really happy to guide you and help you.